the Avon Valley Churches, Youth, Children and Families. We are now presenting Friday is Fun Day. My name is Jeremy.
And my name is Jan. And first today we're going to talk about cats. You can see that we've got lots of cats. Here to greet you. Their names.
This is Big Fella. He's got a wonderful soft coat. Just here, being rather shy, hiding behind Big Fella, is Mama Lady. She's quite a shy cat. This one is called Meddler. Meddler gets into all sorts of mischief. This is Marmite. Marmite either likes you or she doesn't. This is Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes is a very gentle cat, very lovely cat. And here we have Tabitha. We never quite know what Tabitha gets up to. She disappears and then she reappears. She's her very own person. Now, in the middle here, sound asleep, we've got Mrs. Chippy.
She's called Mrs. Chippy because she used to belong to a carpenter. And you might realise that carpenters are often called chippies. She's a very sleepy cat and she's fast asleep right now. So we won't wake her. Now I want to tell you about where cats sleep. Cats sleep anywhere, any table, any chair, top of piano, window ledge, in the middle, on the edge. Open drawer, empty shoe, anybody's lap will do. Fitted in a cardboard box in the cupboard with your frocks. Anywhere, they don't care. Cats sleep anywhere. And that poem was written by Eleanor Fargen.
Now we'll just move Mrs. Chippy out of the way and we'll go with our next.
Dad and the Cat and the Tree. This morning a cat got stuck in our tree. Dad said, "Right, just leave it to me." The tree was wobbly. The tree was tall. Mum said, "Oh, goodness sake, don't fall." "Fall?" scoffed Dad. "A climber like me?" "Oh, child's play this is. You wait and see." He got out a ladder from the garden shed. It slipped. Dad landed in the flower bed. "Oh, never mind," said Dad, brushing the dirt off his hair and his face and his trousers and his shirt. "We'll try plan B. Out of the way." Mum said, "Well, don't fall again, okay?" "Fall again," said Dad. "Oh, funny joke." Then he swung himself up on a branch and it broke. Dad landed with a wallop back on the deck. Mum said, "Now stop it. You'll break your neck." "Rubbish," said Dad. "Now we'll try plan C. Easy as winking for a good climber like me." Then he climbed up high on the garden wall. Guess what? He didn't fall. He gave a great leap and he landed flat in the crook of the tree trunk, right on the cat. The cat gave a yell and sprang to the ground, pleased as Punch to be safe and sound. So it's smiling and smirking, smug as can be, but poor old Dad still stuck up that tree. The Kitten in the Leaves. See the kitten by the wall, playing with all these leaves that fall. Withered leaves, 1, 2, 3, from the lofty elder tree. Through the calm of frosty air of this morning, bright and fair, eddying around and round they sink, softly, slowly. One might think from the motions that are made, every little leaf conveyed some small fairy hither tending, to this lower world descending. But the kitten, how she starts, crouches, stretches paws, and darts, first at one and then its fellow, just as light and just as yellow. There are many now one, now they stop, and there are none. What intentions of desire in her upturned eyes of fire? With a tiger leap halfway, now she meets the coming prey, lets it go at last, and then has it in her power again. That's by a very famous poet called William Wordsworth. Our last poem is illustrated with wooden spoon and puppets. You just take a wooden spoon and paint a face on it. This one is a king, and this one is a queen. This one is a dairymaid. And this is a cow. And now I'm going to read for you the King's Breakfast. The King asked the Queen, and the Queen asked the dairymaid, could we have some butter for the royal slice of bread? The Queen asked the dairymaid. The dairymaid said, certainly, I'll go and tell the cow. Now, before she goes to bed, the dairymaid, she curtsied and went and told the dairy cow, don't forget the butter for the royal slice of bread. The dairy cow said sleepily, you better tell Her Majesty that many people nowadays like marmalade instead. The dairymaid said fancy and went to Her Majesty. She curtsied to the Queen. She turned a little red. Excuse me, Your Majesty, for taking of the liberty, but marmalade is tasty if it's very thickly spread. The Queen said, oh, and went to His Majesty. Talking of the butter for the royal slice of bread, many people think that marmalade is nicer. Would you like to try a little marmalade instead? The King said, bother, and then said, oh dearie me. The King sobbed, oh dearie me, and went back to bed. Nobody, he whimpered, could call me a fussy man. I only wanted a little bit of butter for my bread. The Queen said, there, and went to the dairymaid. The dairymaid said, there, and went to the shed. The cow said, there, I didn't really mean it. Here's milk for his porringer and butter for his bread. The Queen took the butter and brought it to His Majesty. The King said, butter, eh? And bounced out of bed. Nobody, he said, as he kissed her tenderly. Nobody, he said, as he slid down the banisters. Nobody, my darling, would call me a fussy man. But I do like a little butter on my bread. And that is by A.A. Milne.
And that completes our poems with illustrations of wooden spoons and leaves and puppets. Been lovely being with you. Farewell for now.
Goodbye, and God be with you.
Bye.